So January 16th of this year, nearly 2 months ago, I started what I called the dopamine detox, or in this case on my notebook, the digital detox. Essentially what I did was take this little pocket notebook and I carried it with me everywhere that I took my cell phone, so that when I felt the need to grab for my phone and go in this infinite loop scroll, I could instead write in my journal. Now, we're going to go through what I wrote about, some of the findings, and whether or not I think this is something that would work for you as well. But let's talk about the digital detox for just a second. So one piece of research that I found was that studies show that from 2004 until 2024, that attention spans dropped from 2.5 minutes down to 47 seconds. That's a problem. One of the reasons I'm doing this experiment is to see how I can improve my attention span and see if I can rework some of the wires to get back to where I was at one time or another. Now, another big reason for this is studies also show that the less screen time you have, whether it's on a phone or on a computer, there's a direct link there to lower stress levels, better mood, and reduced depression. And I'm going to talk about some of those findings. Even though that I've only been doing this for about 45 days or so, I have definitely seen a lot of different changes in myself. So let's talk about it. So the experiment taught me a few different things, one of which it was a great tracking method to see when I was reaching for my phone. So obviously a lot of times of boredom, but also times of impatience. For example, if I was exporting a video or a reel for my job, while that video was exporting, rather than just trying to do something else, I would pick up my phone and start scrolling on it while I waited for the video to export. Now, once I saw on my computer that the video was done, I would instantly drop down my phone and go back to what I was doing. A couple of other times that I noticed that I was picking up my phone was during commercial breaks when I was watching TV shows, or after a show would go off, when my wife and I got done eating dinner, instead of us just conversing or trying to engage in an activity together, we would both just pick up our phones and start scrolling. But it was great to be able to note all of those things, because then I could become more self-aware of what was going on and when it was happening. Another thing that I noticed is that sometimes when I was within the rules of checking my bank account or something to that extent, a lot of times I would open up my phone to do a certain task, but I would end up doing everything but that specific task. And that in itself would become a massive issue. For example, even if I was just opening up something like Facebook to go and check something for a business through the business pages, then I would find myself in a doom scroll for another 5 or 10 minutes before I got back to the thing that I was going to go back to. And it just so happens that I forgot what that thing was in the first place. So I had to put my phone down, go back, try to remember it, pick my phone up again, but the second time, force myself to do that task and then go away from it. So my first finding was very obvious that I have an addiction to not only just dopamine, but my phone itself. It has become a second-hand resource. And what is really scary about this is a lot of the mannerisms I have. Like, I got to a point where I would leave my phone in another room, or at least out of arm's reach. And even though my phone wasn't there, my subconscious mind would still occasionally reach for it, even though I didn't even have my phone there with me. And that's scary. And what's I think is interesting is I think we get trained to do these things. We get trained in these movements and these motions. That was one of the hardest things for me to quit smoking and ultimately quit vaping, was because I got so used to those motions of grabbing my vape, holding it up to my mouth, and just doing that in these moments. And I find that the times that I'm grabbing my phone are very closely related to the times that I also would have smoked or vaped. Thankfully, those were habits that I got rid of and I have been clean from for quite a while now. The other finding was that I did see that the notebook helped, more of like a Band-Aid on a wound. Like, that wound still has to heal on its own, but the Band-Aid definitely helps with certain things. And what I mean by that was there was times that my willpower was not strong enough to pick up this. I made the decision to not pick up the notebook and instead pick up my phone. Or I didn't realize that I had picked up my phone instead of the notebook until it was too late, at which point I would log that entry in the notebook. So what I did find is during certain urges, depending on the environment that I'm sitting in, sometimes I would have to do other things than just want to write in this notebook. Maybe it was to play an analog game, get up and put a record on the record player. Maybe it was to do my sit-ups and push-ups that I've been neglecting for my next karate belt testing. So what I did was one day I actually sat down, and instead of picking up my phone, I wrote down a list of 31 different things that I could do instead of scrolling. So just to give you an idea, there's reading, in real life games, so board games, self-care, play guitar, journal, go for a walk. And it really was not very hard to make this list. I'll go ahead and share the list with you. And what I found is when I had a variety of different options to choose from, that made things a lot easier. Now, I did notice that the days that I felt the most down and out, I was really stressed or really depressed, those were the days I felt like I needed the phone the most. And here's the thing, if we go back to the talking about addictions, when I was smoking, if I was in stressful situations, if I was really depressed or just not in a very good mood, I tended to smoke a lot more than when I was in good moods. But the overall verdict, would I recommend you trying this if you are looking to reduce your screen time and do something else instead, especially something that's more analog, something more productive to increase that mentality? Like if you're still watching the video right now, I think you have the willpower and the desire to do something like this. It's everybody that either skipped to this point or left the video altogether that, ultimately those are the people that are going to benefit from this the most. But if you are here listening to this right now, yes, I recommend trying this. And think about it this way. Even if you fail, I feel like I failed overall. Like I didn't ultimately get rid of my phone or accomplish the main goal that I sought out to do. But I was very successful in the fact that I have tracked everything that went on, and now I am very self-aware of what's going on with me, my screen time, and my phone. So with that being said, don't get discouraged if you find after a few days or a week or 2 weeks that you start to decline in your notebook usage. Just become aware of that and pick up on it. I will say, the very first weekend, I started this on a Friday, that very first weekend was the best I did the entire time. Because I was very aware of this new challenge that I'd set forth for myself, and I was really excited about it. The longer that time went on, the harder it became. But I didn't give up. I kept going. I realized all these things, and I have made forth efforts. Now, I will say that my overall screen time has gotten a lot better. My screen time is really hard to judge, though, because again, I work a job where I have to be on my phone sometimes, and that makes it difficult because it fluctuates my numbers. But let me know if you did watch my previous video and you've already started this challenge as well. Let me know how it's been working out for you, what some of your findings have been, and what some results are that you have seen. And if you haven't started yet, and this is your first time watching, go back and watch that video if you want to, or just go ahead right now and just say to yourself, I'm going to start this challenge. Let me know in the comment section below. We'll all support each other. But no matter where you are on your journey right now, I wish you the best.